Hello, today is November 1st, tonight is November 1st. I am trying to start for this November what I am calling Novella November. I am going to try to read through a bunch of my own unread novellas, as you can see in this stack here. I have been in a book slump. I've mainly been reading manga and comics over the last 2 months, so I want to ease myself back into actually reading books again. I'm slowing down on my crochet. The blanket's like 3/4 done. So, some of these novellas tonight, after I finish filming this, I'm going to go into Libby and see which audiobooks I can get that I may be able to get throughout the month. And we will see how many I get through. I don't really have a set goal for a number or anything. I just want to read some of these novellas. Some of them I've owned for a few years now. So I guess I will go through basically what's on deck, the TBR for this month. First, I have a nice big stack of novellas from Neon Hemlock Press. These are a combination of books they've sent me for review and books that I have purchased, whether through the website or through Kickstarters. So, oh, that's not Neon Hemlock. So let's go through them. First, I have The Oblivion Bride by Caitlin Starling. I know Caitlin Starling just came out with a book this fall. Was it The Starving Saints? So this is The Oblivion Bride. This has a woman whose entire family dies under mysterious and maybe magical circumstances. And to figure out what happened, her uncle marries her off to the city-state's top war alchemist, an intimidating older woman who might just be able to save her. Soon, the two of them have to untangle a terrible magic that has metastasized into something new and unstable. This is on the longer side, but I am very curious and interested to read this soon. Next, I have The Cosmic Color by T.T. Madden. So on the blurbs here, someone describes this as: the cosmic color asks the question, what if you injected HRT straight into the veins of Neon Genesis Evangelion's dysphoric alien flesh? And I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a black main character dealing with gender identity, and there are mechs. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading this one soon, hopefully. Next, I have The Dead Withheld by L.D. Lewis. This is a sapphic paranormal neo-noir. We follow a private investigator who follows a break in the cold case of her wife's murder. This is a really cool cover. I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, there's so much going on here. I'm super into it. Next, I have Stone and Steel by Eboni Dunbar. I have held on to this for a couple of years at this point. I really got to read this. This is a woman who returns to her city triumphant, expects to find the people of her city prospering under the rule of her queen and lover, but instead she finds a troubling imbalance in both the citizens' well-being and Odessa's rule. She must now rely on all her allies, old and new, to do right by the city that made her. So another BIPOC speculative book. Empire of the Feast by Bindi Barrett. Meet Riverson. We awaken with Riverson, 32nd ruler of the Stag Empire, as he attempts to govern without the memories of his previous lives. To survive the ever-sharpening gears of war, he will need to mend the political schisms threatening to tear his empire apart, while maintaining the erotic rituals holding off the eldritch horror known only as the Rapacious. So yes, Empire of the Beast, and oh yes, yes, I remember they're quite a flash. So you can see that there's art on the inside covers, and it is very demonetizing art. So I will leave it at that. So I'm not kidding about the eroticism in this one, I suppose. So we will see. Next, I have a little tiny novella. This is The Jewel and Her Lapidary by Fran Wilde. The kingdom in the valley has long sheltered under the protection of its jewels and lapidaries, the people bound to singing gemstones with the power to reshape hills, move rivers, and warp minds. Jewel Lynn and her lapidary Seema may be the last to enjoy that peace. The Jewel Court has been betrayed. Then they're on the run and they have to find their way back or something. I am keeping it there. So this is very teeny tiny. I tried it once, maybe last year. Didn't quite get into it, but I think that was kind of like a moment kind of thing. So we will try to get back into this one. Next, I have The Bloodless Princess by Charlotte Bond, the second novella in a duology, I believe. The first was, what is it? The Fireborn Blade. I really loved The Fireborn Blade. It was great fun. So I am excited to get into this one. I just have this thing where if I really like something, I tend to delay reading the next thing, especially if it's going to be the last thing, because I don't want to leave that world. I don't want it to be over. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna read this, and this cover is fantastic. The cover for the first one is also great. Let me grab it. There's her main character, Maddie. she's a badass. I really like these. Next I have The Sorcerer of the Wilddeeps by Ashante Wilson. This is also one that I tried reading a little while ago, okay, maybe like 2 years ago, and put it down at the moment because I wasn't into it. This is kind of like a fantasy sci-fi mashup. This features a character who is a sorcerer, and he is taking a bunch of people on this treacherous journey. So we will see. Next I have And Then I Woke Up by Malcolm Devlin. I remember being super into the idea of this when it first came out. Haven't reached for this since I bought it when it came out. This is kind of a, let's just read the blurbs. I think these are good blurbs. So from Myra Grant, aka Shauna McGuire, a beautiful exploration of the seductive power of narrative and the toxic influence of propaganda. And then from Alma Katsu, for every time we've said of a loved one who's gone astray, dear God, why can't they just wake up? Yeah, so I will leave it at that. That is a very interesting cover, and that's another one for on the deck. Next, I have This World Is Not Yours by Kemi Ashing-Giwa. This is a sci-fi horror, very freaky cover, if I do say so myself. This essentially humans are kind of colonizing a new planet, but the planet is actually lethal, and there's this thing on the planet that is a self-cleansing mechanism. Humans do something to betray the surface and they have to survive that cleansing. So, and there's a lot of stuff going on with the main character and family issues and stuff like that. So This World Is Not Yours. Next, The Bruising of Qilwa by Naseem Jamina. This is on my r/fantasy bingo board for Stranger in a Strange Land, the refugee bingo square. This is essentially a character who is fleeing his land. He is a blood mage, and he is learning to acclimate to this new land with this magic that may be, oh, it's not that blood magic is outlawed or anything like that, but he and the doctor that he's working with believe that some kind of plague that's going around, may be blood magic, may be the cause. So there is that. Really interested in this one. We have Volatile Memory by Seth Haddon. This just came out this year. I believe there's a sequel coming out really soon. This is a sci-fi one that deals with AI. That's all I got. I think there's like a mask that has like the personality of someone in it. So yeah, we're keeping it that. Nice insides. So, Volatile Memory. Last, I have The River Has Roots by Amal El-Mohtar. She is one half of the writing pair that wrote This Is How You Lose the Time War, which is one of my all-time favorite books. And this is absolutely beautiful cover, as long as there's no glare on it. And I know that for this one, I'm really going to try to get the audiobook, because I know there's a lot of like folklore-ish type here, and apparently there's also singing. So I am maybe going to tandem read. I've never done that where, you know, listening to the audiobook at the same time as reading the book. It's just, this is really beautifully put together. So I am just so curious. I know that the audiobook is supposed to be really good with singing and everything and the music. I'm super curious and super into, just really want to get into this one. There it is. One more time. It's beautiful. That is my stack of potentials, my TBR. I am going to try to vlog this for this month, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know about this week if I can get something out next weekend, but maybe, you know, I'm envisioning 2 videos, a halfway point, and then at the end of the month, we'll see what I have finished. Keep your fingers crossed for me. November is gonna be a little crazy. And not even Thanksgiving. Like, I don't think I really have any Thanksgiving plans at all. It's just the next 2 weeks are gonna be a little insane. So we will see. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you next time. Bye.